welcome to another episode of Allie's Homemade Math Videos. So we are going to be talking about multi-digit multiplication today, and it's going to actually be really fun because we're going to talk about two different methods for multi-digit multiplication. And the first way we're going to do it is the standard method. So standard doesn't mean best. Okay, so standard is just a universal, like when we say the standard method, this is what we're talking about, but that doesn't mean that that's the best way to do it. So whatever method for multiplying multi-digit numbers works for you, then work on that as well. Okay, so the standard method, we are going to stack the numbers on top of each other, lining them up on the right-hand side. I like to put the bigger number on top and the smaller number on the bottom if there's a difference in the digits. So we're going to do 279 times 46. Okay, so the first step in the standard method is that we are focusing on this digit here. Okay, so we need to multiply this digit by each of these digits. 6 times 9 is 54. So I'm going to put the 4 down and I'm going to carry the 5. 6 times 7 is 42 plus the number I carried from before. So 42 plus 5 is 47. So I'm going to put the 7 down and I'm going to carry the 4. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 4 is 16. And I'm going to write both the tens and the ones place because there aren't any more digits for my 6 to multiply. So I'm done. I can't carry over any more numbers. So I just write the full digit there. Okay, and then this is the most important part, I think, of the standard method that gets missed, is when you move on to this digit. So next we're going to be doing the same thing but with this digit. You need to put a 0 here as a place marker because we need to shift over by a digit in order for this to work. So now we're going to do the same thing that we did with the 6 with the 4. 4 times 9 is 36. So I'm going to put the ones digit down and carry the tens digit. 4 times 7 is 28 plus 3, 29, 30, 31. Put the ones digit down, carry the tens digit. 4 times 2 is 8, 9, 10, 11. And I'm going to put both the ones and the tens digit there because I don't have any more digits after the 2, so I'm done. Okay, so now I need to add these two together. 4 plus 0, 4. 7 plus 6 is 13. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 1. Okay, so I got my answer, which is 279 times 46 equals 12,834. Great. Now we're going to move on to another method, and we're going to use the same problem so that we can demonstrate that you can use either method and get the same answer. So this is called generic rectangles. Generic. Or an area model. So I'm going to rewrite our problem. 279 times 46. Okay, so with this method, you're going to want to break down these numbers into their place value units. So this is the hundreds, tens, ones. So I have 3 place values there. This is the tens, and this is the ones. So I have 2 place values here and 3 here. So I need to make a box that has 3 columns and 2 rows. So we're going to start with our 3-digit number. So 2 is in the hundreds place. So I know that that is 200. 7 is in the tens place. I know that means it's 70. And 9 is in the ones place. So that's 9. Okay. 200 plus 70 plus 9 is 279. So I'm just making the same number and separating the place values. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with our 2-digit number. So 4 is in the tens place, so that's 40. 6 is in the ones place, so that's 6. And I'm done writing the outside of my rectangle. So now what we're going to do, since it's an area model, is we're going to find the area of each of these boxes. So if the length is 200 and the height is 40, we're going to do 200 times 40, which should be 8,000. I know this because 2 times 4 is 8, and there are 1, 2, 3 zeros. Okay, 200 is the length, and 6 is now the height. I know that these aren't actually to scale, but just bear with me. 200 times 6, I know, is 1,200, or 1,200. And I know this because 6 times 2 is 12, and there are 2 zeros. Okay. Now we move on to 70 and 40. So 70 times 40 is 2,800. I know this because 7 plus 4 is 20, or not 7 plus 4, 7 times 4 is 28, and there are 2 zeros. Now 70 times 6 is going to be 420 because 7 times 6 is 42, and there is 1 zero. 9 times 40 is going to be 360. I know this because 9 times 4 is 36, and there is 1 zero. 9 times 6 is 54. I know this because 9 times 6 is 54. Okay, so now I have the area of each of these blocks, and now all I need to do is add them together. So I have 8,000. I like to cross them off as I write them down to add, just so that I don't miss anything, because you never know. And I like when I add to start from the highest number of digits and go down to the lowest number of digits. You don't have to do it that way. That's the way I prefer, because that's what makes sense in my own brain, but that doesn't mean that that's what has to work for you. I wanted to let you know that that's what I was doing because I'm kind of going out of order. It doesn't really matter. I just like going by the number of digits. So 420 and 54. Okay. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 4 is 4. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6, which is 8, plus 5 is 13. So 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 4 and 3 is 17, plus 0 and 1 is 18. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 1 is 12. So my answer that I have here is 279 times 46 equals 12,834. Okay, so, and that's exactly what I got using the standard method. So we just multiplied the same numbers together using 2 different methods and got the same answer. There are other methods for multiplication. These are my 2 favorite. So choose whichever one makes the most sense for you. You can practice with both, but the whole idea of doing multiple methods is to make it more accessible and have you thinking about how the numbers are actually working rather than, or like what multiplication means, rather than just making you memorize a certain way to do it. So have fun, multiply some numbers.